Welcome to another edition of Golden Nuggets. And today we are going to be looking at the topic of don't feed the beast. And so the first question that I want to ask you today is, what is your internal dialogue? What is it that is going on inside of your mind? What are you telling yourself? What are the conversations that you are having? What kind of thoughts are you entertaining? Because this has a powerful impact upon our lives, whether in a positive way or a negative way. And so when we're when we're having these conversations in our mind, is it about resentment? Is it anxiety? Is it I can't syndrome? Is it the what if critic? What if I go forward? What if I go for that promotion? What if I separate from that unhealthy relationship? What if I speak my truth and what really concerns me? Or is it doomsday thinking? Is it predicting the worst case scenario in every situation? Is it dread? Is it fear? Is it self-pity? The why me syndrome? How comes it happened to me? Is it anger or is it worry? And you cannot add 1 cubit to your stature by worrying. So it's really important that we understand and we have awareness of the internal dialogue that is going on inside of our minds. And why is this important? Because where the mind goes, the energy flows. And when you are having this internal dialogue and you're focusing and meditating and thinking about these negative things, these things that are just creating chaos within, creating fear, worry, and anxiety, your energy becomes zapped. But if you're thinking on good things, right things, virtuous things, things that uplift you, having gratitude, then these things cause for the energy to flow in abundance. And so the question that you have to look in the mirror and ask yourself today is, what are you talking yourself out of within your mind? What are the things that you are saying about your situation that is making you delay from moving forwards? What unhealthy conversations are you having with your mind and in your mind to make you say, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to go forward. I dare not. What are you talking yourself out of by your fearful thinking and your doomsday thinking? And it's really important that you ask yourself that question and answer it honestly, because it makes the difference between success and failure, freedom and bondage, life and death, hope and despair. What have you been talking yourself out? And we have to be very careful of our actions and our behaviors, because by continuously entertaining negative thoughts, you are feeding the beast. You are feeding the kraken. And it's only going to get bigger, stronger, mightier, and scarier the more that you delay, the more that you procrastinate, the more that you ruminate on those negative thoughts of I can't, I'm not able, it's not possible. You have to be careful. The mind is the battlefield. And you know, this picture speaks 1,000 words, because inside people's minds, this is what is going on. And it's literally like, and it can feel like fear and anxiety are competing for space and a position in your mind. And if you're not fearing, then you've got anxiety. And if you haven't got anxiety, then you're fearing. And sometimes both of them are coming together. And so it's really important that we be careful, that we be intentful and have intention with how we think, with what we are meditating on what we are processing within our mind. And we have to make a decision today, not tomorrow, not next week. In this very moment, you need to make a decision, because you are the only person that can create that eviction notice from the negative thoughts in your mind. No one else can do it for you. I can give you guidance, I can give you tools, I can encourage you, but it's down to you. No one's coming to save you. You need to make a choice. You need to make a decision. And I'll tell you why. Because you are the only landlord of your mind. You are the only one that can evict those negative, stinking, thinking thoughts. You are the only one who has the power to say enough is enough. Get out. You are the only one that can do that. And I'm encouraging you today to make that eviction so you can clear up the mess that the squatters of fear and anxiety and intimidation and anxiousness has wrecked inside of your mind. Only after you remove them can you begin to clean up the mess. Make that eviction today. And so it's really important that we understand about unhealthy beliefs and how they impact on us. Because the belief, the feelings, what you tell yourself, what you believe to be true has a major impact on your life, on every aspect of your life. Because those beliefs create the judgments. I can't do it. It's not possible. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve better. All of those kind of judgments come out of your unhealthy beliefs. And those judgments then reinforce the actions or non-actions that you take. So the actions of procrastinating, overeating, worrying more, not caring about yourself, not thinking that you deserve more. And the inactions, staying the same, being a victim. And these things are all based out of those beliefs that create those judgments that make you behave that way. And the results is complacency, staying the same, angry, worry, complaining, gossiping, and all these other things that come out of it. All the things that you want to change in your life. And then those results reinforce the belief that you initially thought, and you say, see, that's why I'm like this. That's why my life is the way it is. And it doesn't have to be that way. But it all starts with your thoughts, your beliefs, what you tell yourself, how you see yourself, and how you speak about yourself. Don't feed the beast. And so having balance is key. And I just want you to understand that there is a time and a place for every emotion of the human spectrum. So I'm not saying for any moment that we should never have anxiety or never be anxious or never be worried or never have fear, because there may be some valid reasons for why that may come up in seasons and points in our life. But there has to be a middle ground. There has to be a balance. And what do I mean by that? We have to understand that you are a work in progress. So when something's going on, it's okay to understand I'm not there yet, but I'm going to get there. I'm not as strong as I would like to be, but I'm better than I am yesterday. You are a work in progress, and so you have to have a middle ground. You cannot be continuously focusing on the negative, the lack, what you don't have. We have to have a balance. And so when you get it right, don't let it get to your head. And when you get it wrong, don't let it get to your heart. And that's the middle ground. You can be happy with your success, but don't be satisfied. No, you're going to continue and go on and do more. And when you get it wrong, don't be consumed. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't think this is the end of the matter. And know that you can get back up and bounce back from the setback. But one thing that is important that you understand, you cannot become who you want to be because you're too attached to who you've always been. And this picture here speaks 1,000 words to what so many people are going through right now in their lives. You want to make this change, and this change is so painful and so hard to do because you are stuck in your comfort zone. You are stuck in, feeling safe. You are stuck in not rocking the boat. You are stuck in, I don't want to be not liked. So I'm not going to speak up. I'm not going to speak my truth. I'm not going to challenge that person. I'm not going to have that courageous conversation. And so you are in limbo, and you have to make a decision to let go, to step out of the comfort zone. And until you do that, your life will stay the same. Until you stop feeding the beast of your past, you could never live in the abundance of the future that awaits you. So remember, people, change is an inside job. It starts from within. It starts from within. And it always starts in your mind. You have to start thinking differently, speaking differently, and then acting differently. It's a 3-stage process. And so understand, wherever you are right now in your life, failure does not mean final. Failure does not mean final. But the question is, what are you going to do with it? If you've had a setback, if you've had a failure, if you've got it wrong, if you've made a mistake, if you are not in the place where you want to be, what are you going to do with it today? Make a choice today to stop feeding the beast. Make a decision today to change your life. It all starts with a thought and a decision. So just remember, a few bad chapters doesn't mean the story is over. Don't you know that you are a film, and you are just getting to the part where you start to make your transformation, where you start to build and develop and change and grow. And we want to see the outcome. We want to see the end of the story, that we can say, man, that was a great film, that your life was a great film. Look at how far he or she has come. A few bad chapters does not mean the story is over for your life. But be careful, because there are other people that feed the beast in you. Those people who say, play it safe. You should be happy with what you have. You've changed. You're reading too much. You're spending too much time on developing yourself. Come on, let's just go and have a drink. Why you got to go to train so often? Be careful of those people, the frenemies, those people who pretend to be your friend, but are really your enemies, that do not want to see you grow, and that are there to feed the beast in you. And so, this is your challenge today, that you need to record a new message that will replace the old doomsday thinking of your past. The doomsday thinking that tells you it's going to go wrong, you're going to make a mistake, it's not going to work out, it's not possible. You need to change it, because that loop that is going on inside of your mind is only feeding the beast. And those 60 to 70,000 thoughts and those rumination of that is keeping you bound. So I'm going to give you a simple tool that you can start to use. I want you to start to use your affirmations and to replay these affirmations in your mind. And they start with, I can, I will, and I am. I can change. I will achieve success. I am great. Tell yourself these things. Tell yourself the positive things. Change the message that you replay in your mind so that you start to think differently, feel differently, and act differently. I can, I will, I am. And so it is time to break free from the prison of negativity. It's time to break free from those thoughts, those intruding and oppressive thoughts that have kept you down, that have kept you bound, and have kept you in captive. This is your moment. Today is your day. This is your new dawn. Arise and shine in the greatness that dwells within. And this is the time for you to become the hero of your own story. Live it and live it great. And so, if you found this video useful, click on subscribe and hit the bell button so you can receive future messages. This is Ezra, aka the Voice of Reason, over and out.